And I was like, you fool.
You've fallen for one of the classic blunders.
I swaggered up to the microphone. And I said, R-U-B-Y, what's up? And then I won a Jurassic Park picture frame.
Yes.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. This is Dana Vitchy here, and I'm enjoying listening to the Unstable Discourse podcast.
Welcome in to episode 4 of Unstable Discourse. We're doing this thing. It's Ryan Fancher of Unstable Disc Golf Gear.
Hello.
Sean Callahan of Delwood Disc Golf.
What up, y'all?
And I'm Alex Seminary of Disc Golf Chicago. We're also joined for, not the first time, but for the first time from the top of the episode by Jason Callahan of Bag of Tricks.
Hey, everybody. Well, hi. Glad to be here.
We've got a special, weird kind of episode this week. We had originally planned, you guys probably heard on episode 3, this episode was supposed to be, Hey Ladies, about the ladies scene in the disc golf world. And due to COVID, we are having to pivot, change of plans.
Boom, 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 boom.
We were going to have Amy Laskowski as our guest. That part's not changing. We are going to come back and do that episode later.
She'll come back.
She'll come back. She'll be here.
But for this episode, our new focus is coping with COVID. So that's something we're all doing. And I think in the disc golf world, there's a lot of debate about what's right, what's wrong. So we're gonna get into all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. So let's just go for it. But as always, the first way to start the episode, as is tradition at the Royal Canadian Wedding, is fired up.
Fired up.
Ryan, what are you fired up about?
I just got invited to a Facebook group the other day that is called Quarantined with
Disc Golf Valley?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Disc Golf
yep,
Valley.
Too late. I just got invited to a Facebook group that was called Quarantined with Disc Golf Valley. I think
This is why we use the organizer.
Yep. No, it's mine.
Stealing it.
I got it.
Slither.
You asked me first.
Slithery bastard.
You asked me first. Pete Wilson, who we all know and love, invited us, and there were 30, 40 people at this point. I don't know how many, but every 7 minutes for the last couple days, somebody's thrown out a code to join this multiplayer disc golf game app on your phone.
I heard there's like cheat codes.
Of course,
There's cheat codes.
Yeah, don't use it. Who uses cheat codes? You might as well, write in your own scores when you play disc golf. But the game itself is pretty damn fantastic.
Yeah,
I
love it.
For an app. I've been playing it just for the hell of it, trying to get some discs,
Some new plastic,
and to build up a little bit of a score so I can keep up with some of these guys. But being able to actually play and talk some shit against some of the guys that you normally play disc golf with, even if it's on a phone, is kind of a great way, I think, to pass some of the time. So good for those guys to think of that. I actually had the app on my phone. I've had it for a while and hadn't played it in months. And then as soon as they said it, I was like, oh, I think I remember that game. Started playing it again, and I'm like, this game is awesome.
It's awesome.
So you like it? Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Like, I mean, I think I've done it one time, but I can't.
It's sponsored by Latitude 64. I don't know if they actually made the game or if, it was just heavy sponsorship or whatever it is. Yeah. But all the discs are Latitude 64 discs.
It's all trilogy,
and
right?
you start with a dagger, and that's it. And you come up
it's
to some holes that are like
for the first couple holes.
384 feet, and you're trying to throw a dagger 219 feet, and you're like
maxing out around 50 or 60.
Yeah. But as you play, you have some scores you have to beat in,
That's
like
funny.
10 or 12 different courses. And once you get to those certain scores, then they reward you with different discs of, varying levels. And I think I'm up to a speed 10, so I can get a decent 330 foot drive or whatever, and get out to most of the stuff, which is probably as good as I'll do in real life. It's super fun. I've got a bunch of discs now, and there's some obstacles, there's some fun shots.
First off, I hate you for doing this because
totally
this is going to be my local route to Pete.
Bummer.
But I'd never played the game before, and I think I heard of it and just figured it probably sucks like any other disc golf game that I've ever tried before.
Yeah.
So I just kind of slept on it. And when I'm quarantined, I'm like, why not? Let's see. If I can play against some of the other people, some of my other friends and people in the area, let's check it out. And I'm hooked.
Yeah, it's great.
I've only been playing solo so far.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to play with somebody before I'm awesome. But
like real life?
Are you saying
What?
I'm not awesome or that I am awesome?
Well, I was just saying that's how everybody is in real life when they start playing disc golf.
I'm like that.
So it wasn't a
most
slight towards
things.
you. It just typical.
Fair. Yeah. I'm sensitive. But yeah,
You'll get there one day.
I'm working on it. And it's actually legit challenging and
It
fun.
is.
And
The
they did a
putting
good
is
job.
so deadly accurate.
Mhm.
Like if you don't swipe your finger perfectly up straight, and you're not getting that putt. It's crazy.
I actually prefer when I'm not in putting range, when it's like it tells you to like use a drive rather than a putt,
Right.
and like just banging the hell out of it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the game.
It's
so far.
fun. Yeah, it's a great game. It's a great way to play multiplayer. I've just been playing some tournaments to like bump my levels up because they start off super easy just for something to do. I've actually even showed my 4-year-old daughter the game, and she went through the first course and was like only 4 up. And I didn't even touch the phone. Like she just figured it out. So
It's called evolution, dog.
yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, she's grown up with a screen in front of her face, but yeah, it's super fun. I can't wait to see how many more people are going to play and how, evolved it's
I
gonna
can't
get.
wait for her to beat you in that game.
It's going to happen shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
For sure. Yeah.
Would it be fun for somebody that is not a disc golfer to play?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a golfer, and I've enjoyed lots of golf games.
Yeah.
Sure, fair enough.
Yeah, and it's
All right.
it feels like when I've played really bad golf games, and I've played really good golf games.
Yeah.
This to me feels like about as good as you can make a disc golf game.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I played a different one for the iPad a couple years back that was like a side-scrolling one that was pretty cool. It was kind of like old Nintendo game
Yeah.
style.
No, I've never seen
Cool,
that. But this one is, I mean, it's not, the graphics aren't super
Right.
crazy. I mean,
don't
it's a
have to
game,
be.
but they don't have to be. It has nothing to do with that. There's wind that plays a huge factor into the game, and you really have to take that into consideration.
The
And
elevation changes are huge factors.
Yep, absolutely. So you really, it makes you work,
Yes.
and it's fun.
I bet
So,
because of that, it would be a great thing for a non-disc golfer to get exposed to disc golf with.
absolutely. If you're not looking directly at the wind and you set yourself up for a big hyzer shot, and then all of a sudden it goes straight, you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what did I do wrong?
Actually,
Like, you have
tonight
to,
when I get
figure it out.
home, I'm sending everybody an invite. We
Yes,
should play
please,
one
'cause I-
one
yeah.
round tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
wanna
we'll
do
do
that.
it.
Yeah, I'll download it.
Do it. Yeah.
Look at this.
So it's funny that we're talking about this because last week, COVID, quarantine, sitting at home, I decided to knock the dust off of our Wii and set it back up and just, just play some games. Just we're up, we're active, blood flowing, what have you.
Yeah.
And I popped in Wii Sports Resort.
Oh, yeah.
There's a disc golf
It's not bad.
portion
Yes.
on there that I was impressed.
It's not bad. Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
That's another one I think I've only done like twice. But
Yeah,
I've not played
I
it.
had no idea. I've owned the game for however long I've had a Wii, 10 years, whatever. I don't know. But yeah.
Did you play
Did I play the game? Yeah, me and my daughter sat and
the
played
disc golf game?
the disc golf game. Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah. Well, my daughter was much better at it than I was. So no.
Yeah.
Because I lost to a 15-year-old girl, and I'm 40 and a man and didn't care for that one bit.
It's,
40 and a man.
it's amazing how
I'm 40 and a man.
And a man.
I am a man.
Not at all what a man would say.
and gosh darn it, people like me.
People like me.
It's amazing how the graphics of video games have progressed, but it doesn't change the fun level one bit. Like I'll still play an old school NES game and have just as much fun. Like the Wii boxing and the Wii bowling, and who cares what it looks like?
I think Nintendo specializes in that. They're not putting their focus on the graphics. It's putting their focus on like a balanced game that's fun for everybody.
Yeah.
So Nintendo's never made great looking games, in my opinion. I mean, I haven't played a lot of them, but
they're not groundbreaking.
they're always fun.
Right. No, it was fun. You got to download that game and play it if you're a disc golfer, especially
Disc
now.
Golf Valley.
Yeah, Disc Golf Valley. It's great.
Sean.
Yes, sir.
You fired up about anything?
I am fired up about Clash of the Canyons 4. It just went live tonight. As we're sitting here recording, I'm kind of trying to help everybody as best I can. We are at 168 out of 200 players.
You were on a nice pace for a while. It was like just over 10 players a minute were signing up because by like 7 minutes afterwards, you had like 75 people or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That phone was working overtime.
It was blowing up. We had a
I
little
made
bit of
it
a
at number
hiccup
10.
at like minute 3 or 4. There was one tiny box that I didn't click before I did what I had to do on the back end, which required everybody to have to buy one of the fundraiser discs. So we will handle that. And by the time this comes out, everybody will see their $15 refunds if they do not want that fundraiser disc.
Who wouldn't want that disc?
But, I mean,
whatever,
it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. So anybody that doesn't want it, we'll get the refund back to them. No big deal. But everybody that was like, everybody freaks out because they don't want to miss out, and I don't want them to miss out. But I think everybody that was panicking because of that, we got it fixed pretty quickly, and everybody's in. So
I
I'm fired
had
up.
not watched a tournament go open before, a registration before. So that was an experience to watch. And I think it speaks so highly to how awesome Clash is. These little things that happen within 2 or 3 minutes of it opening, your phone starts ringing, your cell phone, the shop's phone starts ringing.
Yes.
Messages are you're getting blown up from 5 different directions.
Right.
And the people on the other end of the phones were in sheer utter panic, yelling, there's a problem. I don't think I'm going to get in. Can you please help me?
Yeah,
Jesus.
There's a worldwide pandemic. Whatever. Can't get into Clash right now.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, what are we gonna do?
Lord Jesus.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No,
Yeah,
I love everybody for panicking. I'm sorry that I had to make them panic, but I think everybody that wanted to get in got in. So
It was a cool moment to see how scared people were about not getting in.
yeah,
It's a cool event. You don't
it's
want to
super
miss
fun,
it.
and we're trying. I mean, and this is kind of part 2 of my fired up. But Dana Vici and Discmania. So we've worked with Discmania for every single Clash so far. This year's going to be no different. But I wanted to do something cool, and that's what we did. So because Discmania is now being produced by 3 companies, the Discmania Originals with Innova, the Evolution line with Latitude 64, and the Active line with Yikin or Yikun. I can never remember how to say it, but I say Yikin, the Chinese company, the manufacturer.
Sure.
So they've got the 3 lines. And I wanted to be able to set up a situation where so in the player pack, you're getting a Discmania Original Swirly MD5 with Clash logo.
Ooh.
Yes. So the fundraiser disc that everybody got hung up on tonight during the first couple of minutes of registration is a Evolution line. It's always a mouthful. Evolution line Soft Exo Tactic, which is the same thing as a Razor Claw. If you've seen those, the
Without the
Eagle
stamp.
McMahon.
Right. Yeah.
But it's a different plastic. So it's
Cool. Okay.
It's their soft plastic, so it's like BT medium classic blend. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Love those.
And then if during the second round of Clash, you will have the opportunity to win. If you win your card second round at Clash, you will win an active line disc.
Awesome.
So, and all 3 of them have artwork from Clash that all kind of tie together. So really excited to be doing that. We've got some other goodies that are going to be part of the player packs, and super stoked for everything with Clash. Just hope
Sick.
that, fingers crossed, we get back to normal at some point in May and we don't have to postpone this date. If that does continue, then we will just postpone. I mean, Clash will happen regardless of what's going on
Right.
with COVID.
Whether it's
and
on the day of or later.
Right,
it's not gonna not
exactly.
happen.
It's happening.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, I probably should have done this off the air, but whatever. Do you take signups, not signups necessarily, but I mean, people who want to volunteer, people who maybe didn't get in, but still want to be a part of it? Do you take signups for people who want to volunteer or just help out in some way?
Absolutely. I mean, we've had guys that have helped out. Ed Schenkenfelder has helped out with Clash, I think, every year and spotted on 6A.
6A.
I always see
I
people
don't
out there
remember
spotting
where
or
he was. He
sweeping
on
stuff
9 or
whatever.
6A? I don't remember.
Yeah. It is because he marked, was it Mike Conley's drive last year?
He had
Remember
the markers
Conley's
down at the
forehand
end by
to
the
see
creek.
who had the CTP?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, we have guys every year that want to just help out. So
Well,
I
let's
mean,
call it out.
if you wanna-
do want to
yeah,
help
if you wanna
out in
help
some
out,
way, hit
reach
Sean
out.
up and he'll know that
Yep.
he has you to count on.
Well, typically what happens is people say they would like to help out, and then
Then the day
about
comes.
1 out of 10 will show up that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And we kind of
It's probably
expect
like
that
a
we're going to
volunteer
end up
things.
doing most of it. If you want to help out and you are serious about it
Yeah.
and you want to come out and spot or help throw player pack items out to the players, or run stuff back and forth, or last year I think was it Stupid Crazy Hot last year, so we had ice water and cooler issues and things like that. So yeah, if you want to, please reach out.
reach out to Ryan Fancher. He is the assistant to the tournament director. If you guys
Assistant
didn't,
tournament director,
yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys didn't know that,
To
he'll
the
take all
tournament
those
director.
questions.
assistant TD.
Assistant to the TD.
All right. Let's
JK,
see if we can get through an episode without an Office reference. I don't know if that's
Too late.
possible.
Yeah.
Moving
Boom,
on.
roasted.
What are you fired up about?
Some of you will know this. About a month ago, my wife and I were in a car accident. Somebody came and hit us head on, which is not what I'm fired up about. But I am fired up about the fact that we had a hiccup on our insurance where we hadn't changed over our previous car to the new car. So basically our insurance was saying, yeah, you're not covered. So somebody comes out of nowhere, hits us head on, and then the insurance is like, sorry, you're on the hook for a $22,000 car. So it's been kind of a stressful thing for the last, month or whatever.
Why?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I just don't have 22 grand laying around.
Why not?
Not a cash flow problem. Sometimes I do, but no, I never do.
It is always the worst, dude, dealing with all that stuff.
Dude, their
especially
job,
in your situation, like, thank God you guys are okay,
Yep.
right? Knock on wood and the whole thing. But they never make that stuff very easy.
Well, and you said it before.
Some insurance companies are good, but like,
Yeah.
it's always a pain, man.
Had your car been on there, they would have found another thing
Oh yeah,
right.
to
It would-
refuse.
yeah, they'd never make it.
So yeah.
The funny thing is they encouraged us. Like we called anyways and said, hey, can you help us out here? We have a policy. We've been paying for it. This was like a little clerical thing. And they were like, I wouldn't even put the claim in if I were you. It's going to get rejected. So we talked to our lawyer, and our lawyer was like, put the claim in. And then we basically said, hey, our lawyer said we should put the claim in. And then a week later, they called back like, I think we can help you out, actually.
Yeah.
So as soon as the lawyer got involved, their tune changed. And now we found out yesterday that
Weird.
it's all covered and we don't have to worry about a $22,000 or $3,000 thing that was hanging over our heads. So I'm very excited about that. And then my disc golf thing is, I hope I get the last name correct, Ryan Aquino. I don't know that I've really met Ryan, but he just shared this on Facebook today. I'm still blown away by it. He went and designed a 3D animated version of the logo of this show, and it looks sick. It looks like almost like something that you would have seen on like Celebrity Deathmatch. On
Yes.
MTV.
Yeah, like
Oh,
claymation.
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did
It
have that
looks
feel.
so dope. We did not ask him to do it.
Correct.
Did we? We didn't ask him to do that,
No,
did we?
No.
not at all.
He
So-
messaged me a while ago and said, hey, I want to start learning how to 3D model and I'm going to use this logo. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, please, do whatever you got to do. And
Awesome.
he killed it. So, yeah.
It's exactly what we were saying in our earlier episodes where we were like, if you're really good at something, bring that into the disc golf world in some way. And this felt
Right.
like the most perfect example of somebody doing that.
Yeah.
That skill, usually you would be like, well, it has nothing to do with disc golf, but he brought it into this world. And I can't speak for everybody else, but to me, what he did was so cool and so special. And I think it's good for all of us, right? I mean, it's amazing.
Well, it's definitely good
Yeah,
for him
it's
to
great.
learn the software and get better and better as he goes. But
Right.
like it seems like he's got a handle on it. And
Like if I was a guy looking to hire Ryan Aquino for something like that, and he showed me that, I'd be like, oh, yep.
This
No,
guy's
you're
a
good,
pro.
dog. You're
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty awesome.
So I hope everybody else is inspired by Ryan. Do more things like that. You don't have to do it for us. We don't hate it if you do, but you don't have to.
That's
Just
correct.
do something that you're really passionate about and tie it to disc golf, and you'll probably be happy with it.
There was a guy, if you don't mind me riffing off of your Fired Up,
Go
there was a guy, Baskey Disc Golf, reached out to me, and we are doing pre-orders on the Delwood socks and Cubs shirts.
Oh, those are so dope.
So the guy that did that artwork was actually not Ryan Fancher for the first time ever
Whoa.
in Delwood disc golf gear history. And I think
I'm not
that
going anywhere, though.
he's totally okay with that.
Not threatened.
Absolutely.
You're not
Totally
threatened.
okay with
100%.
that.
Nope.
So
Please,
and
somebody else do
knowing that he doesn't always want to be doing the logo work, when this guy reached out about doing logos, and I didn't seek him out. He came to me and was like, I see what you're doing. I like your stuff. Here's this. Each one of them is $25. And I was like, right away, bought them from him, sent him the money, and he sent me all the formats I needed. And there you go. Like, it's like that.
It's awesome. I'm
really
so
cool.
torn with those, by the way, because I live on the south side. And I don't really care much about baseball, but my wife's family, they're pretty Sox fans. So I'm kind of like, I lean that way. But my grandfather was a big Cubs fan, and I don't really care about either team, but I'm just not sure if I should pick one or the other or just get both. Either way, I think I'm kind of a poser, but I'm still going to get one of them at least.
I'm still going to, I think that especially with baseball, but just sports in general in Chicago, you're a part, even though you're not a part of it, you're still kind of a part of it.
That's the thing is I just don't really get why people rep teams that they're not like, it's not your city. To me,
Yeah.
it's just like that whatever team is repping your city, like you should just support that team.
Right.
That's how I see it. So, I mean, I'm happy if either team does.
Well, I think you should buy both of them.
that's kind of
But
what
maybe
I'm
I'm
thinking.
biased.
Wait, you didn't make the shirts?
I
He's
will
going
be
to
printing
create.
Oh, you're gonna
shirts.
make
He'll
the
be
shirt.
printing
I'm
them.
printing the
He
Okay,
just
so
didn't
there's
make
some
the logos.
incentive.
Yeah.
Let's move it on. Jason, you fired up about anything?
Yeah, there is something I'm fired up about this week that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and it is that bitch Carol Baskin.
Son of a bitch.
bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
She murdered her husband and fed him to tigers.
Come on.
Sardine oil.
Yeah, she rubbed sardine oil on his shoes
Not cologne.
and not cologne, and tigers ate him.
Who could deny that whole line of thinking? You can't.
You can't.
She fed him to tigers.
Right.
Everyone
it was
keeps
the most
saying,
biased I've ever
Yeah. Everyone
been
keeps
on a
saying, well,
documentary.
like, a tiger can only eat like 18 pounds of food a day. Well, how many tigers does she have?
Yeah, she had a bunch.
She had 12
Shut
or
that
something
shit
like
up.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
like what?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Is it true? I think I heard that the case has been reopened.
Yeah, since this show has aired,
God, I hope so.
the case has been reopened.
Yes.
But you can't test the DNA
Justice
of the
for
meat
Joe.
grinder.
Hashtag
It's too late.
Justice for
Justice.
Joe.
Just yeah.
Wait, is his name Joe?
Yeah.
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic, yeah.
But he's not the guy.
No.
Oh, you're saying
No,
Justice.
he wants
yeah,
justice
I'm
for
Team
Joe.
Joe.
Not
Yeah.
the husband.
Yeah.
Carol
Doesn't
Baskin.
care about
Yeah.
the husband.
Not the
You
dead
just want
husband.
Joe
Not
to
the
get
dead
rid of
husband.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do? Rewind time and bring him back? No, he's gone. I can't do anything about that. I'm affected more by the fact that Joe was affected by it.
They've awoken a monster. Now Joe Exotic's pissed off.
So on April 1st, April Fool's Day, always looking forward to maybe getting duped by something. And the first thing that got me was an article that made it seem like they had found her husband. And I clicked on that so hard.
Please tell me.
So hard. I was like, ooh, they found him. And nah, they got me. April
Please
Fool's.
tell me when
Got
you
him.
clicked on it. It was that image that's been circulating of the dude with the huge dong.
Yeah,
The dong?
no.
The dong dude? No, it wasn't
that
dong
would've
dude.
been the
I
cherry
wish
on
it was
top.
dong dude.
That's
Speaking of dong dude, Jason, we're playing a little bit of a game where we're trying to get each other to click on, like, finding new ways to send links to each other.
Oh my God.
Where that's the.
I want to hear you say this word. How many times did you click on it in one day? Do you remember the first day? 3. The answer is 3. I got you to click on it 3 separate times.
I was trying to remember.
And by
I
the
knew that you
third
would
one,
know.
I heard his voice while I was reading the text because it was like, God, come on, God. So mad that third one, I got him. Like the first one was funny. The second one was damn it. The third one was, he was furious.
He got good at it. He got good at it quick.
I got so creative at it. It was great.
That's great.
Can't
If
get fooled
only
again.
Jason was as good at disc golf as he is tricking me with links in text messages. We could share more things
We could
together.
have more things in common. Yeah, exactly.
Lots of
So
fun.
I'm only 5 episodes in. I've got 2 left, but none of it is real life.
It's unbelievable that
You
that
couldn't write.
section of the United States existed. It was so foreign to me watching it. It almost felt fake.
And the fact
The
that
governor,
so
his
real
run for
to them.
governor.
no, that's what I was getting at was they were interviewing people, and one of the guys was like, I mean, I see him doing a better job than what? Are you out of your?
Right? No, apparently not.
Oh man,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I'd rather have a politician traditionally lie to me than have Joe Exotic be in office.
Joe Exotic.
You're going to lie to me and look like a regular ass white guy,
All right.
not Joe Exotic.
And let's move into the part of the show where we do the calendar rundown, which is a very exciting
I
segment
thought we
this
weren't
time
going
of
to do
year.
calendar.
Well, that's kind of my thing is
I could do
there's
it.
nothing.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up.
moving
I mean,
on.
we can talk about how there isn't anything because PDGA canceled all events through the end of April, right? We're shut down in the state of Illinois through the end of April at the moment. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, all of those. That we're back to normal or what is the new normal by May 1st. Beyond May 1st, we still have King of the Canyons, May 9th and 10th. Still spots open for that. We'll be promoting that throughout the month of April to get more people signed up. And I think once we get closer to that, I think more people are going to get signed up too. I think
Yeah.
everybody's just kind of in a weird, we don't know what's going on.
There's a little bit of shell shock,
And you can't
right now.
blame them because it's tough for me to ask people to tie up their money right now in tournaments, giving everybody's personal situations.
Yeah. You don't know
So-
if you're going to have a job next week. You know.
Exactly. So we hate to do that, but we also have to kind of press on to some degree and continue planning on everything.
We have to treat life as if it is going to go on.
Yeah, we have
You know,
to. I mean, that's, if anything, I hope that everybody that kind of follows what we're doing, whether it's, Unstable Discourse, Unstable Disc Golf Gear, Delwood Disc Golf, that what we're doing is so that we can maybe just be a little bit of a beacon of light in this weird time that, like, I still have to treat everything like it's somewhat normal so that I can be that for you guys. And, that's how I'm kind of approaching all of the tournaments that we have coming up too. So
good, man.
I hope that that's what everybody gets out of it, not anything else, because that's all it is.
Brilliant.
But back to calendar, we still have Clay Track Classic on Saturday, May 23rd. That is still a go as of right now. There's still spots for that right now. That is over at Trindo.
Mhm.
And then, as we talked about earlier, Clash of the Canyons 4 went live tonight. And they're...
Don't forget about the Funk.
Oh, yeah, the Funk.
That's coming up. Is that the 16th?
Corey Simonich. May 16th?
May 16th. It's going to be at Highland. He's going to have some, I don't want to say...
May 17th.
Oh, 17th. Okay. I don't want to say full safari, but he's going to have some holes that you've not played before.
Awesome.
He's going to split holes and combine some. He's actually posted up some videos with the previews of those holes, and it's been awesome. He's doing a fantastic job. I'm going to sign up for it, actually. I never signed up for a tournament.
Ryan brought this up. I think I'm going to do it too. Ryan saying, like, we haven't played a sanctioned tournament since 2016.
2016 is the last
What division are you guys going to play?
I'll probably play intermediate, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll go on May too.
Let's do it. Because I was going to say, if you chumps play rec, I'll play down just to beat you two.
Ooh.
Oh, it's on now.
Yeah, let's do it.
We may have to do a card request.
We need a challenge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like to play that. That's kind of a preview for the Unstable Open, which will be a month later in
Correct.
June 13th at the same course. Will not be the same course setup, but it'll be a more traditional Highland course. But yeah, I mean, he's doing a fantastic job giving us all the previews and the videos and posts and, keeping everybody updated. So, fingers crossed that goes through, but that's going to be great too.
Definitely support Corey Simonich. It's his first tournament, first TD experience. So he's super pumped. I've talked to him a bunch
So far,
about it.
you wouldn't guess that this is his first. Like, he's doing a great
Yeah,
job.
he's doing the
Did you-
promotional stuff. He's doing, the things that you need to be doing. He's using Facebook really well.
I saw him out when we played Avery Preserve the other day for your 40th birthday. Can we sing happy birthday to Ryan right now?
I don't want to sing, but I do
No.
want to do something. We should punch him 40 times, right?
Yeah, don't do
I was
that.
going to bring a cake, and I
Damn.
didn't.
You do deserve something awesome for your birthday. You
don't
do
like
so
cake.
much for other people. We were actually talking about this right before the show started. Ryan is a guy that needs to be reminded to do things that are in his best interest because
That's
he's so busy doing things for
Caring
everyone
others.
else.
Yep.
And there's been a couple times where I've been like, why haven't you done this thing? And I think it's just because you're so preoccupied with like taking care of other people that, and a guy like that deserves a special something for his birthday. Again, I'm not going to sing, but at least I hope he had a good
just
birthday.
tonight, I forgot to bring him cake, but he brought Alex a hat.
I mean, I bought that hat, but
That's how selfless Ryan is.
And
He's
I-
just always thinking about getting everybody else
And some double cheeseburgers,
stuff.
by the
And
way.
double
he did
cheeseburger
bring me a
and
double
coffee.
cheeseburger. Yeah.
And coffee.
No big deal.
That's what
Yeah.
he does. He's our little
Yeah.
bub.
So I can play MA40, so
Why would you do that?
I don't think I would. That's pending I can actually play a tournament.
Anyways, cheers to you.
Yeah,
Happy
cheers
birthday.
to Ryan.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's move into local route. So
I will start if we need someone to start.
do it.
Cool. So I am shouting out a newer club. They started in, God, I don't know if they started this year or if it was like late last year. One of them a closer buddy of mine, and two of them guys that come to all of our events. Pat Donnelly, Jeff Svakota, and Andrew Lund of Chain Brains Disc Golf Club.
Chain brains.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of cool stuff out in Lombard. Pat's a really proactive dude. So he's a gym teacher, and he's done a bunch of stuff with the kids at his school. Obviously, last year and I think the year before, last 2 years, because I've gotten discs for him, and he's done all kinds of disc golf clinics with his kids.
Awesome.
So they are doing stuff out in Lombard at Madison Meadows and the 9 or 10 hole course called Lombard Commons. So there's two courses in Lombard. I know Lombard Commons is not an 18 hole. It's either 9 or 10, and then Madison Meadows is like 19 holes.
I've played Madison Meadows. Didn't realize there was another one. I keep getting them confused. But
Yeah, there's two.
yeah, it might be 19. It's been a long time.
Yeah, and I mean that course goes back. That's like an early 2000s course, I want to say. So that's been around. But they're doing some good stuff out there. Obviously, with everything going on with COVID-19, everything's put on hold. But I know they're planning on doing leagues Thursdays and Sundays, and it is a bag tag league. And in the ad for Paragon in the latest Disc Golfer magazine is a photo of the tags like that were made.
Oh, sick.
So yeah, it was pretty cool to get a little shout out for those guys. And
Right on.
Yeah.
I just did their shirts too, and I gave them to them a couple weeks ago. They were stoked. I was stoked to help them out. That was great.
I mean,
Of course you were.
I love anybody getting together and getting organized with disc golf.
Yeah.
I can't be more stoked every time I hear about it. So when it's people that I know like Pat, It's really cool. He said that they were going to be working on attempting to get the parks to realize that let's improve the courses, because I know both of them have been in for quite a while, and I want to say they have like Mach 3s or worse. So whatever his improvements are, I mean, I'm sure that he'll go, big or go home, that type of thing. So he'll do some cool stuff out there. But just a big shout out to those guys. They're doing great stuff up in Lombard. Follow them on Facebook. It's just Chain Brains with a Z. Brains is with a Z, Disc Golf Club.
That's how you know they're cool.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
Throw in a Z every now and again.
It's either you have to use the Z or that S with the one, that S that we used to all draw in like 6th grade with the 3 lines or 6 lines.
I always thought that was like a symbol for something, but turns out it was just fun to draw. And that was it. That was the whole thing.
No skills required. Everyone can do it.
So give him a follow. Chain Brains Disc Golf Club on Facebook.
I've got my answer. Local route shout out for me is going to be Ryan Fancher.
Oh, God.
Really? I know. Listen, you put me in this position, man. You took all my stuff, and the fact that it's your birthday and we didn't do anything special for you, this is the closest thing I think we're going to get. And the list of awesome things that Ryan does for this community is too long. I mean, really, it's too long. But I'm just going to focus on something recently that he's done for him, finally, is he has these hats. If you haven't seen the hats he's been making, the Unstable Disc Golf Gear hats, they're available at the shop, but as of very recently now, they're available online. You can order through his website, and they can get shipped to you for a very reasonable price. I bought one already. I think I was that the first customer to buy one?
You were the
online?
first one. Yeah. Well, technically, you
is that the one that you brought tonight?
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, I thought you were just giving it to him.
Well, no. Well, yeah. He's gotten a few.
I tried to. He's hooked me up a bunch of times. I tried to be anonymous at first.
Technically, you did not buy that hat. Mr. Bill Buttlicker bought the hat.
That's true.
But it was addressed to
Our prices have never been lower.
It could have been anybody.
Yeah. So I just brought it to you. Hopefully, you'll get it to Bill. He can wear it.
Sure. Yeah. Will do. But yeah, you again, you spend so much time doing stuff for other people that to me feels like you should have had the hats available online a while ago. But I'm sure you're just so busy that it's like it keeps getting pushed back and pushed
I can
back
attest to that.
Yeah.
He has always got about 15 to 18 irons in the fire.
Yeah.
I know how hectic his schedule is and the list, and
so yeah, shout out to you, Ryan, and everybody should take a look at those hats. They're awesome. And if you have Ryan in mind for some job, some project coming up, bear in mind that he's got a lot of stuff going on. And if you drop it on his lap last minute, I'm not saying you can't handle it, but it would be nice to give him as much of a heads up as you can.
Par for the course.
give him at least a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, please. Yeah.
And I'm going to say that only because I usually give him about a week.
About a week.
Yeah. But the more time that somebody can give you, the nicer it is.
Well, thank you.
So,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it.
I am stoked to get that stuff online. I've had that e-commerce site for a long time and barely use it for anything, but just linked everything up and got things looking a little bit better. And
what is the website? Is it unstablediscgolfgear.com or what is it?
It's unstablediscgolf.com is my website.
Okay.
But specifically the e-commerce site, which links through my website, is unstablediscgolf.bigcartel.com. But you can just go through unstablediscgolf.com.
And you'll get there.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so the hats are cool. There's some solid hats. There's patterned hats. You can pick what color hat you want and then pick what kind of patch you want.
Yeah.
So
essentially you can customize it.
You can customize the combo to your liking, and hopefully I will get more styles and colors in there as we go, but that site actually only allows you so many combinations at once, so I'm working with that, but it'll be cool. I
already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask anyways. If somebody wanted to get a hat made or a couple hats with a like their custom logo, can you handle that?
Sure. Yeah.
So if you're a club that wants to get custom hats made with their club logo, you can do that.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Have a file ready. Don't send them a drawing on a napkin.
I actually got 2 drawings on napkins today this week for jobs. On napkins with Sharpies.
Really?
From disc golfers?
No, not disc golfers.
Oh, thank God.
But luckily they were close enough that I could figure out what I needed to do, and I had an idea in the first place what they wanted, but they were straight up napkins with Sharpies.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm kind of in the middle because although I understand Ryan's frustration, no graphic designer wants to receive a drawing
nobody
from a Sharpie on a napkin.
Yeah.
But I have been there when he creates his graphic design logos or anything from scratch, and he's really good at it. So
How uncomfortable are you right
I
now?
never.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
11 out of 10 right now. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah,
So,
he's really good at it. I've seen him from scratch. I've watched him just from a blank white screen to one of the coolest. It was the J-Town Championships 2019 logo. I watched him create
that one was cool. I like that
from scratch, and it took him about 15 minutes. Don't reference this when you send him your Sharpie napkin drawings, because
I know
then you're
you've
going
done
to
it
have me on the
before.
hook.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's pretty cool to watch him make something from nothing. It's great.
True gangster.
Are you crying, dog?
Do we have, we need unstable branded tissues for Ryan.
Yeah.
Aw.
Callahan, Jason,
Yes.
what you got?
You have
Local
to be
route.
specific. Which Callahan?
Which Callahan? Yeah.
The first
the
one.
better looking one.
Hey, hey,
got him.
hey.
So my local route, I want to give a shout out to my friend, my boss, Mailbag. He is killing it right now, creating tons of content. He is doing multiple Facebook Live trivias each night to keep people entertained while they're stuck at home. And I think it's something that we need right now.
God,
and
yeah.
he's just killing it.
I can't think
And,
of many people that would be better at it than
No.
he is. Like, he's just so perfect for what
when
what
you
he's doing.
watch it, you're just so drawn into it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's something to. It's really something to shout out. He's very
I
good.
joined in on the Bob's Burgers trivia last night, and he dressed up as Bob, and he
Oh,
was in
yeah.
Bob character. And from the jump, I was like, okay, this dude's awesome.
Yeah, it was really something
he's really good.
to watch. So
Yeah.
shout out to you, man. Keep killing it. Good job.
He did Tiger King 2 days ago, right?
Yes,
the night
yeah, 2
before
days ago.
Bob's?
And actually,
So-
tonight is The Office, which
Right.
you're not going to hear this until next week. But if we finish this in time,
He's been
which,
getting like 250 plus people involved every time he does the Facebook Live, right?
That
Or-
number and higher.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
like from multiple states, from coast to coast.
Yeah.
It's
I saw that they have like a loyalty program, and it sounded like they had over, I think, 650 people in their loyalty program.
yeah, it's pretty intense. Yeah. He's
Good
really
for him.
killing it right now.
Everybody
so,
loves Ali.
Yeah,
He's the coolest, man.
he's a good man.
He goes hard in the paint.
Yeah.
If you watched or you were a part of the Tiger King one, he was full Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
Fu Manchu and everything. And then he was just able to probably just shorten up that Fu Manchu for
shortened
Bob's
it
Burgers, right?
So just a regular mustache.
what I mean,
for Bob's
I want to
Burgers,
know,
like-
Ali, did you plan that?
Right? How far in advance was he thinking? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go full beard so I can eventually trim it down,
Right.
and then trim it down even small. Like that level of
Right.
commitment is
Unmatched.
commendable.
Wow.
Yeah.
The only thing he can do from here is Charlie Chaplin or
Hitler
Or the other one.
Yeah,
or
Hitler.
Hitler. Or the other guy who's not coming
You
to
can
my
do
mind.
Hitler,
Maybe
yeah,
that's a
yeah.
good thing.
Well, he is doing The Office trivia tonight, so maybe he could do Pam on Halloween.
Oh, yeah, because she
Yeah,
did
on
dress up
Halloween.
as
Watch that
Charlie
episode
Chaplin.
today.
Yeah.
So good.
I just watched it today.
Yeah.
The grease paint.
Comes full circle. Yep.
And I can't take the hat off because I look
'Cause-
like Hitler.
She's Hitler. I just watched it today. Oh my god.
All right, it's time for the heart of the episode, and we are talking about coping with COVID.
Disc golf edition.
Yeah, disc golf
coping
edition.
with COVID.
Everybody, half of the world, if not more, is doing this. And depending on what you're into, what are your hobbies, what do you do for a living? It's different for everybody.
Everyone's affected in some way. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have to say we're fortunate to have a hobby that is outdoors and does not require you to be around a bunch of people. And I'm just thinking about that because part of what I do for work is work with all these boat shows, and fishing has been something that like a lot of high level like government people are saying, like, if you're into that, that's a great thing to be doing right now. I think disc golf is like right in that same vein. I mean, we're all spending time
Completely agree.
cooped up in quarantine. It's so important to get out and see the sun, walk around, get fresh air, spend some time in nature, turn your brain off a little bit.
Right.
And we have a hobby that is so perfectly suited to that.
Yeah.
Bring your spouse, like, that has probably never played or plays very rarely. Get them to play. That kind of thing is a pretty popular mindset right now.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the biggest issue right now with our sport and this is that people are not really adhering to the, don't go out in big groups, stay 6 feet away. That's definitely a thing. You can just go with yourself or another person and continue to do this respectfully. And that way our courses aren't getting shut down.
Yeah.
And
Well, there are only a few left that are technically open at the moment.
Yeah.
They're getting pulled daily. I just heard KLM and Knock Knolls are
Mhm.
Yep.
toast
Shorewood.
right now. Shorewood's gone. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't want to say gone. Shorewood's closed.
And Delwood is still open technically, right?
Yep.
I saw some
Deli is
still
open
today.
There are signs everywhere that say 2 minimum.
Actually, you know what?
6
Shout
feet
out to
away.
John Cleveland. It was John Cleveland that came because I noticed there's 2 signs out. There's one by Hole 1 and one by the map. He printed out my Facebook post from the Delwood page of like just kind of saying, hey guys, social distance, only come out no more than 2. And he had actually printed, and John Cleveland lives up in the city.
Wow.
He laminated them and then brought them down here. I'm
Local
98% certain it was John Cleveland.
John, killing it.
Good stuff, John. That's good
Yep.
for everybody. Thank
Yeah.
you. What else are you guys doing to cope with this? Because, I mean, we're not the kind of people that get to play a ton anyways, because we're all pretty busy. But what else are you guys doing to keep your mind?
Well, my thing is, you see a lot of people with a ton of free time, and it's either all the free time or 0. And I happen to have 0, which is ironic because I never have time anyway, and you'd think that I would catch up with stuff, but that is not the case. My wife has to teach classes, but she's teaching them online, and she's still going into her office because she teaches chemistry. So the labs that she has to do, instead of the students doing the lab work, she is doing the lab work, like physically doing the chemistry labs on camera. And then the students are doing all of the calculations and all of that kind of work, which they can do, and that's working out. But that means she has to be at work. So she goes, and my daughter's school is shut down. So that means that I have to watch her all day instead of actually, getting work done. So everything's upside down now, and, it's tough to get away. So
You haven't really done much to
0. I got enough time to like put some hats up online, and that's really all I've been able to do. Luckily, my wife.
But
has
for
been
you,
able to
that's
come
something
home.
that's something you enjoy doing. You
Oh
like,
yeah, totally.
You like being able to be down in the shop working on your stuff, and especially when it's disc golf focused rather than some of the other stuff you.
If I was one of those people that had nothing to do, I would lose my ever-loving mind. I messaged Sean about that yesterday, and I showed him the picture of the hats that I put online. And he was like, I know, man, we got to do something. And I said, it's not even about making money. It's about like that little hit
Staying
of dopamine
busy.
Right.
when somebody's going to click on that link and buy a hat. Cause like, I got nothing else right now.
Yeah.
Give me something,
Right.
So
something to do.
like,
yeah.
So definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
What about you?
completely. Yeah. Same for me. I mean, just like Ryan said, like, everybody, and it's the amount of support that is coming out to the shop from everybody, even if it's just like a PM or a text, like, hey man, how's everything going? I want everybody to know that I'm a pretty good small business owner. I've prepared myself financially with the business to be able to handle this. Like DDG is going to get through this. It's going to be okay.
Awesome. I'm sorry I'd not asked you about that at all, but I'm extremely
man, what the hell?
Yeah, well,
care a little bit more.
I'm extremely glad to hear that. It's very nice to hear that.
We're okay. We're going to get through this. But for me, like Ryan said, this is my whole life, in that it gives me purpose. So when I can't provide for my people what my purpose is, it is like, that's the depression part.
Yeah.
That's like, I can't not do that. So after 11 days of staying at home, with the exception of like maybe 1 or 2 disc golf rounds, I was like, I gotta start moving, man. I gotta start doing something. So that's why I decided to open up the shop.
Do you have a basket at home? I guess you're pretty much here all the time, right?
I mean, I've got 2 portable baskets that are at my brother's house, Joe's. I should go pick one up just so I could putt in the yard.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I mean, that's all I have.
If
for
not,
me,
I'm going to go pick one up so I can.
right.
It's hard to,
if you do
make it
and I
out
do,
to a
then
course.
Joey ain't got no baskets.
Well, that's not his.
It's hard for me to get to a course living in the city. It's at least 45 minutes usually to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Now with KLM closed, that was like the closest thing to me. So, I mean, aside from being able to just practice putt in my backyard, the things that I've been trying to do to keep my mind involved with this thing that we love is working on little, media projects, basically. Like, what are we going to be doing in the next episode? A couple episodes down the road, like I'll just plan a couple weeks out. I'll look at what can we be doing on social media, and I'll be looking at like editing little videos and just like always something to keep myself from going crazy. And I'm the kind of person who, once I get really like stagnant, if I'm not doing something that I actually love, I will just waste hours playing video games, eating crap food. And, when that starts to happen, I feel worse. Like,
it's a spiral.
It is the worst way to deal with things.
Right.
So for me, just making sure I'm doing something. I mean, being able to practice putt in the backyard is nice, but honestly, when I'm not even feeling that, just something to do with social media or,
Well, I was smart enough to obtain a new puppy about 2 weeks before this all went down.
Did you?
So that was a terrible move.
What did you get?
Not like I would have known this was coming, but I got another
You're not
Boston
listening?
Terrier.
Awesome.
And he's now 13-ish weeks old, and he's, got most of the necessities
perfect.
down. He's perfect, yeah. But he's
Tell them
still...
their name.
Oh, his name is Edison. Because my wife's a
cool.
chemistry teacher, but I'm going to call him Eddie Spaghetti for the rest of his life. We have a fence next to us that the neighbors have, and he is small enough that he can fit through the slats. And my neighbors have a dog that they get along so well that now instead of going outside to pee or whatever,
He wants to
just
go out and hang out.
beelines through the fence, and he's in their yard. And it doesn't matter if the other dog is there or not.
He's
He's
just
just,
there.
in their yard
Yeah.
hanging out. And so it's been a struggle. And normally that's fun and that's funny. And he's a puppy and he'll grow out of it. He will get big enough that he can't fit through that fence eventually. And most of the time,
It's going to be really
neighbors are
funny
great. They
the
don't
first
care,
time
but
that he
tries. Yeah.
It'll be like an old cartoon.
Yeah.
Before he can't get through,
Boom.
he's going to get stuck in it.
Oh, for sure.
And that's gonna be
we're
great.
just going to find having to deal with that on top of everything. And for the first week or so, waking up every 2.5 hours to make sure he went outside and not getting any sleep and all that is totally on me. But, in this situation now, it just adds to a little bit of the annoyance.
The pros got to outweigh the cons there. I mean,
Totally.
the pros of having a
100%.
puppy, so worth it.
100%. Yeah. So it's great, but that was just another added issue that I could have probably avoided had we known. But you can't know.
Getting back to how disc golfers are dealing with COVID, I know the shop is closed right now, right?
Yes,
at
sir.
least to come in.
Only online and
Only
Facebook
online.
request stuff. Yep.
But the traffic at the course, how's that been?
So I didn't want to come here for the first 11 days of the shelter in place. I didn't want to come. So I'm not sure. I just kept hearing stories from everybody that, oh my God, the course is packed. So I do know that it was very busy. Once Jeff and myself kind of separately had both kind of posted up on Facebook and there were some signs put out, it seems like it's about half as much.
Slowing down.
And I'm definitely seeing a lot more groups that are breaking in, solo guys and just groups of two. So
The parking lot was
it's
still pretty full, but
it
I
was
didn't
pretty-
see
yeah.
a ton out there.
Yeah. So it's definitely smaller groups of 2 or less, which would just be 1 if you're by yourself, not a group.
2 or less.
2 or less.
I did see
you
one
know
and a
what?
half guys play.
Yeah,
as I was walking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like one full man and
a
his
midget.
son?
No, it was half a man. It was
half,
he was just legs.
legs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
Tough time playing disc golf.
Yeah.
With just legs.
You're really just kicking the disc down the green.
Yeah.
there.
I think that I've seen the change. So I think
So
people are
some of the
more
reasons
aware.
that the other courses have been shut down have got to be because people were just not adhering to the rules.
People are
Well,
not
you know
gonna
what
change.
though? I think that it's also going to be the cities that are just like, we're shutting everything down.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I don't think that it's the doom and gloom that everybody claims it is with the closings. I think that a lot of the cities are just going, we're going to nip this in the bud before it becomes a problem.
Well, shutting
Yeah.
the park, which includes the disc golf course.
Exactly.
and
We're closing the park.
I
and
bet
the disc
it
golf courses
takes
in the park.
one call to say somebody to go, oh, I saw 6 people playing in a big group, and that park district may just go, we're not going to deal with this. We're going to shut it down right now.
Or it could be the people that run that particular park district, or the people that are on that park, or the people. You got to remember that it boils down to like their individual characters and how they're going to address things. It's not like there's rules with that
Sure.
of whether or not you're going to close
Well, it's
down
never
because
been
of a
addressed
pandemic.
before.
Like
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
literally dealing with this for the first time. So clearly courses can remain open through this because we're here. Knock on wood. Hopefully it stays that way.
And you're seeing how many college kids now forced to be at home.
Right.
I don't want to be at home with mom and dad if I'm in college
Exactly.
and
No
now have to
way.
be. No, I'm
Exactly.
going anywhere but home.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
yeah.
let's go play disc golf with my 10 other buddies who are also at home.
Yeah.
There's your problem.
I
don't
just want to
think-
have some
Yeah.
normal in their life.
I don't think the posts that you posted up and that Jeff posted up are going to do a whole lot of good because the people that those are geared towards already know. But it's the people that
Yeah.
aren't on the Facebook groups that are, the college kids and the, the casual players
Yeah.
that don't
they're
necessarily
not really
you know,
plugged into the scene. They
Yeah.
don't appreciate what really happens behind. Like,
and they think that because they're outside, we're good.
Yeah.
Or they don't care. There's going to be that too. So
And I'm
Those
seeing a lot
people are
of,
the worst.
I hope that if there are complaints, it's not with the families that are just meandering around the disc golf course that are not disc golfing at all. there's 12 people and they've got like 3 soccer balls, you know, like that.
Yeah.
That's not
It's a park.
Yeah, that's not disc golfers. So that
Right.
you know, that is my concern, that anything is being based on that and not really what's happening.
It does feel like most people are trying to adhere to do the right thing. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine somebody actively like, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. I really have a hard time imagining that person. But on the other hand, I do know there are people out there who think this is a hoax and who think, you know, it's a conspiracy and it's, you know, that we're all blowing things out of proportion. And that is, I mean, it's kind of driving me nuts.
Alex, it sounds like he's got some beef.
You got beef, dog?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Let's hear that beef.
Let's do it.
You know what? Make it a triple, because I think we can all get down on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I got beef with people that I'm gonna have to go a little broader, I guess. I have beef with people that think they're smarter than everyone else. The people who get a little thing, like they get a little rush from,
Right.
I'm not gonna listen to what the media tells me because I'm smarter than that. And honestly, that person to me is almost always the dumbest person on my friends. Like it's never the person I look up to or have respect for intellectually. That's like, I see through everything and this is all, you know, I have a different take on it. It's usually the person who
You're never
there's a
going to
term.
take life advice from.
Yeah, there's a term for this kind of person. It's a person who's so dumb they don't know they're dumb. I don't know what that term is. It's,
And I guarantee you they just post quotes most of the day on Facebook.
it's the kind of person who's most susceptible to fake news.
They don't feel like it's ever going to apply to them. Like whatever's going on.
And
you know
that-
what? That doesn't apply to me. It doesn't affect me.
And usually I can laugh that kind of thing off because I'm like, it doesn't matter. Let them have their stupid opinion. But in this instance where people are dying, people that I know, people who are close to me, you know, in a sense, like a second father to me, somebody who passed away a week ago, and my close friends are dealing with that, and his whole family's dealing with it. Other members of that family are, you know, they have the virus, they're infected. For people to be out there trying to act like it's not a thing and that like it doesn't matter, even the people who say like, oh, I don't really, even if I get it, I'm not going to die. It doesn't matter.
It's not about you.
It's not.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
And that, oh my God, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
I
Actually
have some
talked
beef
to-
with that. Yes.
I talked to somebody, I'm not going to mention who. They won't listen. We were just kind of bullshitting, and he mentioned how he is firmly in belief that this is a big hoax, and there have been 6,000 people that have died. Where are all those bodies? And I'm thinking, like,
You don't read the news, do you?
wait, but like, did you think that all 6,000 of those bodies were in the same place and they tried to hide them?
And
Like,
that we have to
It's
run
a
it.
big country, man.
and that we have to run
Like-
it by him?
yeah. Like,
Whoever it is,
hey,
the
buddy,
mystery
did you
person
hear?
you're talking about. Hey, did you know? Well, here's the list. We're going to email you a fresh
And
list
so
of
I
all the
kinda
names
had
of
to,
the people
like,
that
Well,
have
he
died.
would
Smile.
want the pictures of the
Yeah.
body and
Yeah,
you
it
know,
would
the
never end.
potential
Yeah,
grave
it would
site
never
and
end.
all
Well,
that.
that could be.
Yeah,
So I had to
could be
smile
anybody.
and nod, and then I was like, well, it is an election year, you know, just to see where he was going to go with it. And he was like, yeah, like he hadn't
Right?
thought about that part. Like, so he just kind of rambled on about it, and I just kind of smiled and nodded and like, yep,
You
they're
told
all
me
out
who
to
this
get
was,
us.
right? You told me who this was?
I don't think so. It just happened. So,
Oh, okay.
but you know, and it doesn't matter. Like, I respect the guy in every other facet. You know, he's been reading too much into all those articles, and he was still adhering to the, you know, he's like, it might be a thing. He just doesn't think it's as big a thing as it, you know, it really isn't. Like, that's another, come on.
Yeah.
You know, if it is not, good.
Yeah.
But let's
good.
just pretend it's the worst thing possible just to get through this. Let's go.
Exactly.
Right. So, yeah.
Right. Well, my beef, I'm going to kind of switch gears a little bit. I have an issue with the keyboard commandos, the police, if you will. So kind of like the other end of the spectrum of the situation that are also not adding any value. You know, the people that are commenting on every single little thing and whistleblowing and
Yeah.
trying to be the, well, this is what's actually happening. The negativity that comes from that is not going to help the situation at all. You screaming at everybody via your keyboard on what you think that they shouldn't be doing is not going to fix the situation or help.
Yeah.
It's just very,
Right.
it's, you're not going to do anything. So
if you really
have
feel like
anything
you
to
need
add,
I think if somebody feels they really have a message that people need to hear because it's important, then do something other than post about it.
Correct.
yes, nobody needs to be posting anything on social media in regards to COVID-19 unless it is something that is literal, like, hey, I'm moving a tournament. Because it's just one side of the
That
story
matters.
or the other.
Yeah.
So
all
nothing positive is coming from it.
All
at
of the
all.
stay home posts.
That's just not true. You can go out. You don't need to stay home.
Like, yeah, and I know a lot of the people are coming from a place of like, we care about all of you, so please stay home and let's get over this so we can come back out and everybody can get back together and high five and hug and see each other again. But when it goes down the rabbit hole to like you caps locking the hell out of that post.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
well, you're
being just as bad as the people you think that you're trying to be better than. You're just on the other end of the spectrum.
I have to jump in on that because I have at least a couple times commented. I haven't been like, let me start a post about why everybody should stay home. Mm-hmm. But for example, I want to say the doc posted something about staying at home, and I jumped in on it mostly because I had an opportunity to share the silly ass video I made that day where I'm wearing,
which was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you for that.
Oh, the putting video, right? With the thing. Yeah.
Mostly I just wanted to share that. But also, I do think that it's not the worst advice to tell people, if you don't need to go out, stay home. And I don't mean that like permanently. For example, when I go out, for me at least, when I'm going to go, if I do want to go out and play a solo round, I probably will hit a gas station. Like it's not just me going to the course and then straight back home. There's little other things that will put me in places where I'm interacting with other people. And like, it's like that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So generally the advice of stay home, I don't think is so bad, but I'm just trying to cop to,
it doesn't apply.
I just don't like the keyboard police.
I'm not out there.
You're
like,
not helping at all.
Yeah. I'm not trying to like make somebody feel bad or
and I'm seeing way too much of that.
Yeah.
Way too much.
So here's my take.
I'm not the authority. I just think, in my 2 cents, if you have the option to stay home, you might as well.
The risk of doing anything but staying home is not zero, but
right.
The risks are orders of magnitude greater if you're going to Walgreens and standing in line with 16 other people and then getting gas and touching the gas pump and it stays on metal for 3 days. We get it. Understood. And all of these things that you're doing. Or go to the disc golf course and play around by yourself. Somebody posted up and said, well, what if somebody spit and your shoe stepped in it while you're on the course? If that's what you think, you should never, ever leave your house, ever.
Right.
The risk is not zero. I don't want to say it's a calculated risk because that's stupid. Because if you don't have to take a risk, then don't.
Right.
But if you're going to choose to take a risk doing something, disc golf has got to be on the lowest end of that scale.
I think
the lowest end of the scale.
We're really fortunate.
The same people that are screaming are the same people, like you just said. They're going to gas stations. They're going to Walmart. They're stocking up on groceries.
Or they're going to work, which they may be required to. But I hate to say that for some people. Like it's a thing. So,
and if you're an essential employee in a household, and it's as bad as you say it is, and I'm not saying that it's not, but if it's as bad as you say it is, then your whole household is compromised.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So nobody.
Yeah.
Is safe if anybody's leaving the house.
Right.
And going anywhere.
So mind your business.
So just mind your biz.
Yeah.
Just mind your biz.
So to wrap this segment up,
put a bow on it.
Find some way to keep yourself occupied at home when possible.
And off of Facebook.
There's plenty of things you can do
if you're raging, just stay off Facebook.
There's plenty of good, healthy ways to keep your mind active at home. And then if you really need to get out and like get some fresh air and move around, just adhere to the rules. Go solo or go with one other person. And then the other side of that is don't go harassing everybody that's not doing exactly what you think they should be doing.
It's just not getting it's not fixing it. It's not making anything better.
I think we're all on the same page there. All right, so that takes us to our next segment, which is the mailbag. Please tell me we're going to have the Blues Clues drop again.
Mailbag.
That was a highlight of the episode for me last time.
I finally put it in there. It was great.
You did. And I still can't, every time we do that, I still want to say mailbag, and that's not it.
I don't know what that is from. What is that from?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just in my head. What is the Blues Clues song? How does it go?
Mail time. Oh, wait. No, there's two different things. There's
yes.
Here's the mail. It never fails.
The thing we sang that first time.
Right.
And then there's
the thing that you put in.
Correct.
Mail time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's mailbag time.
Mailbag.
And taking the reins, probably moving forward, I think, is our trivia master.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
My older brother and your older brother.
Let's take it an episode at a time.
Jason, what is going down? What did we get in the mailbag this week?
Oh, we got some great questions from a lot of people. Some of them disc golf related, some of them not. I'm going to break it up into the disc golf section first. I'm going to throw this question out to the three of you, and whoever wants to chime in, just let me know. This is a disc golf related question. First one is, does glow tape affect the flight of your disc?
I'm not an expert enough to give you the correct answer, but I mean, I think it's yes. And I think that the reason is, I mean, you're not allowed to have anything on your disc in a sanctioned event, right? Like, because it affects
so
the
the
flight of the disc,
technicality of the rule, yes. Like in sanctioned play, you couldn't even have it. So in that sense.
But it doesn't affect the flight of your disc enough to where like glowed isn't awesome. Like I put glow tape on my discs every time I do glow, and it works so much better than the glow plastic usually. And it doesn't feel like it changes the flight significantly.
Well, I'm sure technically it does.
Right.
It probably doesn't enough
Yes.
to worry about it unless you put a shit ton of tape on there.
Yeah.
Physics applied. The tape is definitely creating more drag
Resistance. Sure.
or resistance.
Mhm.
But
Also,
in such a small amount.
A tiny amount of weight. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think measurable. I don't think there's.
Well, I know there are stipulations for putting ribbons on discs in sanctioned play, and I don't know if those were legal or not, or if that was a thing. I think I remember like that being legal for snow play or something with sanctioned play. I don't know. We'll have to check.
Yeah. We'll look into
We
that.
definitely came prepared. But I wonder if there would be a sanctioned glow round that would allow tape on the discs or LEDs and that kind of thing. I wonder if that is legal. I don't know. I should know. I'm an assistant to the tournament director.
Yeah.
So
We should both know that.
yeah.
I think the best answer is probably, but not enough to where it should discourage you from doing it, because glow golf is awesome.
I disagree.
You're not into it?
No, I can't get into it. You know what? Half the time glow is only in the winter because that's most of the day is dark.
Yeah, that's so
and that
true.
just sucks. Like,
Well-
I don't like being out,
Well,
but
a glow stick or LED light may be attached or taped to any PDGA approved disc for use in sanctioned events where play occurs after sunset in that time zone.
Oh,
so I was correct.
so glow tape is fine and it can be a sanctioned event.
Correct.
But the sun has to be down.
Correct. In your time zone.
Wow. I would love to see
What if the
somebody
sun is
argue.
down?
Yeah.
Mountain time. No, it's dark in Colorado.
Oh, are you
Hang
telling
on.
me it's not dark in Colorado right now?
Yeah.
I would love
So
it. Okay.
yeah, I knew I read about that, and I thought it applied to ribbons in the snow too as well. I don't know.
That was just a quick Google search, by the way. So for our listeners,
Who knows
don't
if that's correct.
crucify me.
Yeah.
It was just the first thing
I
that
knew it
popped
was
up
something.
in the Google search.
Yeah, but how does it affect the disc? Minimally, but it will affect it. I would guess it would make the disc slightly more overstable.
I would have said understable,
Is my guess.
but I'm just guessing. This is why we're not the people to answer
Because
a question like that.
if there's-
I don't think that
question.
there's really an answer.
If there's,
I have
here's my
an
theory.
answer. It's unexpected.
Here's my theory. If the disc has slightly more drag or more wind resistance and a tiny bit more weight, then it would feel like the disc is going slower or heavier. And
Correct.
so you would not be throwing it as fast. So it would, it would tend to fade more or be more overstable. It was as if you were throwing the disc slower. So, even very slight, I think that would make a tiny bit of difference.
As somebody who never took physics, I don't know enough to argue with you.
Yeah. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I would go with that. I agree.
My other unexpected part of this question is it does affect your disc if you use a certain kind of glow tape, meaning I bought some tape on Amazon that I put on a lot of my discs, and on some types of plastic, it came off super easily to where like I threw it and the tape came off. On other types of plastic, it is there for the rest of time. Nothing can get the tape off of some of my discs.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had some other friends who put it on their discs. They were like, "Oh, do you have some tape?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And now, like 3 months later, they're like, that tape I cannot get off my disc. It's chemically bonded to that plastic.
I think I still have discs with glow tape from when we went to the caves in down near St. Louis.
What if that's how they make glow discs? They just wrap them in tape and then it chemically bonds. It's a 6-month process.
That's probably how it works.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Well, Ryan's wife is teaching a class
figured it out.
tomorrow
Yeah.
online.
There's a
about
lab. Yeah.
chemically
Oh,
bonded
nice.
2 to
glow
5
tape to
tomorrow.
discs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
I'll send you the Zoom link. Yeah.
My good friend Cy Spencer, Cy,
Yep.
he
Love
is
Cy.
the one who pointed out to me that I think the tape is chemically bonded here forever now. He's got it
Yeah.
on a couple of his discs.
We'll have
I
to
believe.
talk to him about that the next time we are allowed to go get sushi
Yeah.
socially.
Oh, that guy.
I miss that.
Everybody in my crew actually tries to get me to go have sushi almost every time we get together and play.
We need to do like an ultra mega crew get together sushi.
Yes.
I'm busy.
event.
I'm actually busy that day.
You are not busy.
No.
There is more
We'll make it
to
available on Disc Golf
than
Scene.
sushi. There's a lot more
I
to it.
only get sushi when I'm on the
event through
coast.
Disc Golf Scene.
Sushi on the coast.
Pre-reg.
only. Next question.
Yeah, so I didn't say at the top, that question came to us. That was Pat via Facebook that sent us that question. And speaking of Facebook, Joey sent us a question on Facebook. If you guys could redesign any course in our area, which one?
Ooh.
Joey who?
Joey Farrow.
Oh, Joey. Joe.
Sean, you got to take the lead on this.
No, I don't.
You're the designer.
I have to.
Can
That's
I do
why
it?
he
Yeah,
shouldn't,
please,
though.
go
He's
ahead.
probably
If I had
hired
to-
a
I'll take
design
the lead.
this
No, I got it.
Go ahead.
You talked last week or last episode about how you thought Highland was a great use of space. And I absolutely agree. And I hinted about a couple of those holes that I did not agree with. But I feel like when I go out there, I see what holes I think should be there and they're not, or just things that are moved or tweaked or whatever. And I'm not saying that I would absolutely have to go out and do this, but I would love to see things tweaked at Highland. Maybe not every hole, but most of them. Holes like hole 10. Hole 10 used to be shorter. It used to be almost gettable. And, there's not much there for a righty hyzer. There was nothing in the way. For myself being a lefty backhand thrower, it was a little more challenging. I loved the big turnover, to try and get there and float it in. Now it's long enough that it's a tweener. Most of us aren't going to get there in one. It's an easy second shot and then a drop in 3. A 3 is almost guaranteed. There's not much to the hole now. So can we use some of the trees? Can we change the direction? Can we do anything to make that hole more interesting? And I don't have a solution to hole 10, but that's one of them. And hole 6 too is just one of those really, I know people love it, but it's not a good disc golf hole in my opinion. Like
That might be my bet. When we were doing the new pins at Highland, I was very adamant with Gary and saying, push it over, keep going.
Yeah. No, I don't mind where the pin is. I think it needed to
Just
be
the
a little
line
bit longer.
to get there is
The lack
impossible.
of line
Yeah.
and the lack of choice and where those trees are right off of the tee pad, which I love having trees right off the tee pad that are not in your way but get in your head, like hole 9 at Trinity. Those trees are not in your way at all, but I've hit those trees so many times.
So many.
And I think that's fun and challenging, but hole 6 doesn't feel like it. I'm not looking forward to throwing that hole.
Is
And I
6 the
want
one
to.
with the big dog? It's a huge curve, right?
You're up
No.
on top of the stairs, you go down, you go back up.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
that whole course, I feel like could be not redesigned, but tweaked
Yes.
in a big way.
I agree.
And I feel like it would be championship caliber.
Mhm.
Don't touch hole 4 though.
No.
Don't touch hole 4.
Hole 4 is perfect.
Yeah. So that's my
I don't think I have a whole course that I would say this area needs a redesign. Maybe the canyons, but
don't even
GTFO.
bother. Don't even bother.
I mean, it's fine. But
It's fine.
All right.
No, other than I really can't think of a whole course where I'm like, that shit needs to be redesigned.
Well, maybe it could just be something fun. Because, like, for me, if you don't mind,
Yeah, go.
we just recently played Shorewood. It was actually the first day where we illegally got together and played disc golf.
You son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Was it illegal at that point? I don't think so.
It was the first day of the shelter in place.
Was it?
And the 4 of us got together. Well, it's out there now. It's admitted. Well, if you put it in the podcast, then everybody
I'm
will
taking
know.
this out. Yeah.
I posted on Facebook and then I deleted it. A
There
picture
are
of us
no
in the back of the
law
van eating
enforcement
Burger King. It was
officers listening
awesome.
to this
We had a
episode, are
blast.
there?
You know what? Hey, we're all still alive. Nobody has it. Don't worry about it. Mind your biz. Mind your biz. So, anyways, we played Shorewood, and it's
Since you said that, you're going to get it now, right?
bring it on. Bring it on.
If we get it, you gave it to us.
No. Oh, you mean I'm gonna get COVID?
Yeah.
Oh no, don't bring that on. I
I've
thought you
seen
meant
too
like
many
people were
posts.
gonna like give me shit.
No, I've seen too many posts from people who have been like, this ain't shit. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, this shit got real. You guys need to take this seriously.
I'm finna die. Hopefully, I don't get COVID-19. I don't want COVID. I don't want
I
nothing to
hope
do with
that
that.
too.
I don't want nothing to do with that.
17 or 18. I don't want any of
No, none of the COVIDs. So
I hear
anyways,
20 is kind of badass.
Oh, 20's cool.
20 is cool. Yeah.
Total
Yeah.
redesign for 20.
Let's go. COVID 20. 2020. So we played Shorewood illegally, and I love Shorewood, but I think it could be even more fun and maybe kind of get a little harder, but still be easy.
Yeah, I see that.
That makes sense?
Like some of the holes are just easy without character.
Yes.
That's a good way to put it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
So
there's-
I think you could keep the skill level where it is and make the holes more interesting there and still
Yes.
use the space.
Yes.
Like hole 15, which was kind of cool when, they had the 2 trees in the bench and now there's only 1 tree and it's a nothing hole. It's just throw, a putter or a short mid-range
Right.
and tap it in and next hole.
Right.
Like-
That could be a perfect candidate for a possible raised basket or something.
Yeah, something
right?
interesting.
So
yeah.
Shorewood is my vote. Couple of the holes are just, and I am by no means an advanced or incredibly, I'm an okay disc golfer. And I have to choke back so much that I don't see the purpose of a hole where you have to barely throw a disc. That doesn't make sense. Like multiple holes inside of 200 feet to me doesn't make sense. Even for a beginner.
Unless there's an obstacle there that you really have to work to avoid.
Hole 9 used to be fun because it was tight.
Yeah, it was
and
a
it's
little
opened
tighter.
wide up, and now you have to choke back, which is still okay. But hole 8 is tough for me. I mean,
and you're a lefty, and it's a lefty hole.
And it's actually tough to choke back enough to get over there. That's actually one of my ace holes, by the way.
Nice.
My first one ever was hole 8.
What was the disc?
You would never guess it in a million years.
Arrow be arrow.
Ooh, no, that was my second ace.
Are you ever going to sell those in the shop? Sorry to derail this.
No.
Never.
Why?
No. I wouldn't even know how to obtain those discs. I wouldn't even know who to contact to purchase those discs.
Just go to whatever store sells the coolest shit, and they'll probably have it.
No, I mean as a dealer, as a retailer. I wouldn't even know. I mean, I'd have to like get a hold of them and set them. No.
Go to like awesomestuff.com. I bet they have a bunch of them.
That's a site. Yeah.
I'll get them for you.
I already got one. I'm set.
What are you asking for then?
Yeah. No,
I
what'd you
need
throw?
backups.
Give me a brand and let me guess.
It was Innova.
Okay.
It was red.
Okay.
Big surprise. Champion plastic, and it started with an S.
Couldn't be a Sidewinder.
Nope. Big Heiser.
Is it still in production?
Nope.
No, not a stud.
It was older than that.
Scorpion?
No, it was a Starfire.
Starfire.
So it was a Champion Starfire. I don't even know how I got it or why I got it. I had no idea what the discs did in the first place. But every time I let that disc go, it would go immediately to the right as a lefty. So that's the disc I threw, and it skipped up and hit the chains. And I was playing with a couple guys that I haven't seen in forever, Kyle Anderson and Cody Schmuck. Yep. This is a long time ago. And I turned around.
Both those dudes are both like out west, like Ottawa area, aren't they?
I
think they are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I jumped into Cody's arms because I was so excited. Like he picked me right up.
Yeah.
And they looked at me at first like, what is the big deal? And I was like, it was my first ace, So a tiny bit, 5% of me loves that hole, but the other 95% says, get rid of that shit.
Some more holes out there too. I mean,
Carol Baskin would have designed that hole.
Yeah.
You bitch.
You bitch. Hole 10. Hole 11. I love hole 11 is a really fun hole, little putter turnover shot. There's some great holes out there, but there's some holes that I just think could be slightly tweaked. Hole 2, I would love to see that pin like, I like the Mando.
Yeah.
But I think where we could put a pin like way down on the other end of the grassy part,
in the corner,
like where 3's long technically is at.
Right.
If there was a pin there for hole 2,
that
would be just so much fun.
Yeah.
So that's my call.
And I think holes like hole 12, where there used to be something and now there's not, and now it's wide open.
Yes.
We still seem to miss that hole every single time.
I don't know how.
We shouldn't, but
it's like a vortex in that field.
But that should be kind of, tweaked and, I know there's not much you can put in a wide open field, but maybe tuck it to the left or something,
Yeah.
But yeah, Shorewood's a good candidate for that.
Cool. All right. Let's move on to the next question.
Next question it is. So we're going to transition into some not disc golf related questions, if that's okay with you guys.
Please.
Bring it on.
This next question comes to us via Facebook. It's from Joe, and I'm going to butcher this last name because I can't really, I'm trying to pronounce it. It's Joe Exotique, and he wants to know, how straight are you?
Is that Joe Exotic?
Oh, it's Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic wants to know, how straight are you? Yeah.
You first, Ryan.
Crickets.
You first, Ryan.
Is that really on there?
No.
I'm like, what?
Well,
like, hang on a second.
So when you watch a porn vid,
right?
Do you watch the guy with the big
one?
With the big junk?
Or do you watch the guy? Because, everybody.
Why are you all looking at me? Do you want me to really? Are you all looking at me right now?
You're the one in question. This question was directed at Sean.
Because I know for a fact 3 times in one day you looked at a very big penis.
Super big.
We already talked about that.
Yeah.
We did. I just brought it back. Okay.
Fooled me once.
So I guess not that straight.
Can't get fooled again.
That straight. Fully faked out, like looking at the screen like
Exotique.
Okay, the next question requires Sean to look at his phone real quick.
Yeah. I just sent you a link of the next question if you want to. All right. No, here's a real one for you guys. And it's a great question. It came to us via Facebook. This is from Liz, and she wants to know who would win in a spelling bee. And I'm going to tell you, Liz, that's a great question because I have already queued up a couple of words that I'm going to ask the guys.
Let's go.
Liz who?
If they, it says Liz Hinsdale.
Oh, okay.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Liz Hinsdale.
There's a mistake there.
Liz is Alex's
That's my wife. It's supposed to say Liz Seminary.
Oh. Well,
And she told me she was going to
Liz
ask a
Hinsdale.
question, and
Yeah.
this sounds very...
I remember seeing that your wife posted this.
Yes,
question.
this sounds like a Liz question.
all right.
Thanks, honey. Who would win a spelling bee?
All right. Let's find
Between
out.
the three of us?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a spelling bee right now.
We're going to have a quick spelling bee. I have Googled the most commonly misspelled words in the English language.
My first piece of advice to you guys is don't take my suggestions on spelling during the spelling bee, because that's how I won my spelling bee in second grade. It came down to me and Jessica something. I don't know. She had red hair. That's all I remember. But it came down to her and I. She had to spell Ruby for the win. And she said R-U-B. And I whispered I-E. And she goes I-E. And I was like, you fool.
You've fallen for one of the classic blunders.
I swaggered up to the microphone and I said, R-U-B-Y, what's up? And then I won a Jurassic Park picture frame.
Yes.
Swag.
All right.
So you ready for this?
Let's
I'm ready.
go. Let's go.
I'm going to start with Alex, and your word is questionnaire.
Whoa.
Questionnaire. Q-U-E-S-T-I-O-N-N-A-I-R-E.
That is correct. Good
Damn,
Wow.
with the double N's.
Yep,
The
that's why I
double
picked
N's.
that
That
one.
would
I
have
knew
got
there
me.
was a double
I would have never
letter.
gotten the double N's. Nice, dog.
I don't know if I would have gotten it at the moment, but I knew there was a double letter in there somewhere.
Nice.
All right, next word going to Ryan on this
Scared.
one.
man.
He's scared. You
I'm
should see
scared.
I'm
it.
scared, dude. I would've not-
Scared.
Your word is hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. Hypocracy.
That is incorrect.
You loser.
No, that is incorrect.
Pathetic.
All right, that word now goes to Sean to see if he's still in it. Your word is hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. Hypocracy.
That is incorrect.
That
That answers
is
that.
shockingly bad.
All right.
Was
So that is incorrect.
Okay.
But in
That
order
was
to
way worse
win
than Ryan's.
this spelling bee, you need to correctly spell the word hypocrisy.
Oh.
Hypocrisy. H-Y. Why am I struggling? H-Y-P-O-C-R-I-S-Y.
That is correct.
Oh.
ISY?
Nicely done. Yep.
I didn't plan to come here and drop dick like that, but I just did.
You
Unbelievable.
did.
You just hit us with questionnaire and
Liz?
hypocrisy.
You know
That
what, though?
answers your question.
Yeah.
Who would win in a spelling bee? Your husband.
Wow.
Would win
Can I
in a
see it?
spelling
It was
bee.
only
Let me see
one
it.
round.
In case you want to know what I'm going to do to celebrate, I'm going to go home and I'm going
Oh,
to
man. I don't
see
like
my
it.
wife, if you know what I mean.
I'll see myself out. Wow.
All right, very good.
Now
You want-
seeing the word, I
Yeah,
could spell it.
You could spell
Yeah.
it. Right? Yeah.
I was hoping one of you clowns spelled it H-I-P-P-O with hippo in it.
No.
I almost did.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Thanks a lot, Liz.
Thanks, baby. Mwah.
That's it. Do you guys want to do
This
any more
seems
questions?
planned.
That did seem planned.
No, I told
I
her
mean,
to
it's
ask,
his wife's question. He wins.
I said,
What's
ask
up?
something if you want. So she would get involved. And I had no idea what she was going to ask. But when he said Liz, I knew that had to be from her.
Perfect.
It was not planned.
Love it.
This next question comes to us from Patrick Hinsdale, who is a person. This is via
Confirmed.
Facebook. His question is there any summer glow leagues?
A loosely defined summer time frame. But I know that we're going to run, Disc Golf Chicago will have a glow league probably at KLM, most likely, but it may also sprinkle in the occasional 50 acre. It won't be until the sun starts to, go down a little later or earlier, I should say. Summer glow leagues are so hard because it stays light out until like 9 o'clock.
Right.
But once the sun starts to go down closer to like 7:30 ish, then we'll start doing our thing again. We did that last year and we had a lot of fun with it. Turnouts were always really good. So shout out to everybody who used to come to those. And we will be doing that again.
Look for that sometime after the vernal equinox.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a
Yep.
really cool way to put it.
That's when we did Delwood After Dark, which was the first time that we did a glow league, and we did it in like November into December. And I think I'm going to try to shift that to earlier, like October, November. That's really glow season.
Yes.
Is when
That's glow season.
you get off at 5 and it's already dark and you still want to golf. So
when we did
not
ours,
summer.
it was like I think we called it at first sunset dubs or something like that because the sun would be setting while we were playing, and it would be like the last batch of holes would be glow.
right.
And then we had a separate thing where it was just all glow. It didn't start until it was totally dark. Either way, we'll be running some weeknight evening events toward the middle/end of summer. Yes.
Plenty of other leagues in the summer though, Pat.
Oh yeah.
So many.
Okay. So that wraps up Mailbag. Let's get to a very fun thing that I almost
trivia
totally forgot
portion
about.
of the night.
Who won our contest from last week?
So before I announce who won, I want you guys to reveal your middle names.
Oh,
So
that's
let's
a good
do
call.
it. Alex, what's that middle name?
I am Alexander Joseph Seminary.
And were very few people that got that incorrect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the easiest
You know what? You
one.
probably if you Google
It's got-
I think if you Google my name, it comes up Alexander Joseph.
And
I'm
it's
like,
got good first name, middle name flow.
I
it
think so.
does.
Like
Shout
if
out
you
to my
hear
folks.
if you hear that middle name, you know you're in trouble.
Yes.
Alexander Joseph. Like
Yeah.
that's
You're done. You're dead.
you're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're dead.
All right.
And
My
that- what-
parents did a good job with my brothers as well. They just like there's good name flow. I got Maxwell Michael
Yep.
and Nicholas Aaron. Probably the weakest of the three. But
That one,
still
that
solid.
one, there,
Still
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Still
it's
solid.
still there. But
And you know
that's
what? My
right.
brother listens to this podcast, so no hard feelings, Nick. Actually, Nick ended up with the best initials of us three. His initials are Nas, who is one of the best rappers of all time.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So why not ever AJ then?
Um,
Was that ever a thing?
I tried to make it happen when I was a kid, and it was
It's the best.
sad.
That's how it works out is when you try to force your
Yeah.
own nickname.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
It
No,
was
I go by
sad.
AJ now.
yeah.
No, you
no,
don't.
you don't.
It's Drew. It's Drew now, actually.
Yeah. I'm not calling you
No.
that.
Yeah. So
Stop trying to make
actually,
fetch
since
happen.
I wanted to be AJ so badly and it never happened, I named my dog AJ actually,
Oh,
Nice.
that's
but
adorable.
it stands for Alex Jr. So
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
still cool.
Yeah,
Still cool.
good.
That is still cool.
That's right.
All right, Ryan. Time to reveal.
I can't believe anybody got this.
Yeah. Because
but
his middle name is not
it's
a real middle name.
weird. No,
I call
My-
him everything else other than his actual middle name.
Yeah, my full name is Ryan Curtis Fancher,
Curtis.
which apparently the story was told that my dad wanted to name me Curtis to the point where my mom had caught him practicing the name in the mirror, like
yelling at you.
like yelling, talking to me as if I was Curtis. And I don't know why I don't remember why the switch was made, but the middle name was Curtis. So that's it.
You could have been a Curtis, dude. You would have been Dirty Kurt too for that.
Oh, see, I could do Kurt, but Curtis, the whole thing.
Can it just be because of the Leonard Skinner song, Curtis Lowe?
Oh, whatever
Because
makes you feel
that's-
better. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Whatever makes
that
you
would
feel
be
better.
cool.
Yeah. So that's it. So, I don't know. Somebody must have Googled that because you would never in a million years. I don't think ever
That is
did
a
that.
very weird middle name.
But two people did.
Two people.
Yeah.
Curtis.
All right. It's
I
time.
call him Ryan David when I
Yeah.
yell at him. I
Oh,
say,
sure.
Ryan David,
Right.
Yeah.
because that rolls off the tongue.
That rolls off the tongue.
It
That's
Ryan
good
Curtis
first name,
does
middle
not
name
roll
flow.
off the
Yeah,
tongue.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now it's
That's
time
it.
for the big reveal. The one that nobody got.
Nobody got.
Yeah. Sean.
Insane.
I cannot
Hit 'em.
believe that nobody got. My name is Sean Anthony Callahan.
you
Sean
go.
Anthony.
Sean Anthony.
Sean Anthony.
Sack.
Yep.
Yep.
Anthony. Nobody got it. But the first person to get two was Mikey Vizd. So
Correct.
Mikey Viz, circle
you
one.
Mikey
have won
Viz.
an unstable disc golf hat.
That's
you can
correct.
come up to the shop.
Well, you have to order it online.
Order it
or
online,
on Facebook.
right? Right. Do not come up
Or
to the
you
shop.
can contact me and I will send you one out. However you want to do it, but one of those hats is yours.
We should clarify that Jaime or Jamie,
Jamie.
he got the answers,
Jamie
the
Martinez.
same amount of answers correct, but he got it after Mikey.
He did. Yeah.
Yes.
And so he was a close second. But yeah,
He has an
Mikey got it
unstable hat on hold here at the shop if
first. He
you'd
does.
like to come and buy
Yeah,
it.
He knows he does. It's here.
I was just looking at it today.
Yeah. Specially made for him. So it's here.
Well,
Can't
I
wait
mean,
for him to have
Mikey
it.
could pick it up from here. I mean, we can do curbside pickup.
Totally. So
that would
Let's
be
say thank
totally
you
okay.
to everybody that participated in the
Yeah.
game last week. It was a lot of fun watching your answers come in.
it was super fun.
I assumed we were all going to get like immediately,
Yes.
and the days kept ticking by, and I was like, no one's got it yet. Amazing.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
thank
have
you all
to
for
ask
playing.
Mikey and Jamie how they got that, like where they found that.
Google.com.
Yeah, it's got to be.
That sets up. We're doing it again. What do you?
We're doing it again. Yeah. So this week, the question you are going to use Unstable Disc Golf Gear's Facebook page to provide your answers.
Correct.
We're going to do a post the day that this episode airs, and that's where you will provide your answers, and then we'll give the next episode. We'll do what we did tonight. We'll reveal the answer. We'll say who won, and then give the next question. So I don't have to do a roundtable this time. My question is the 3 disc golfers that are part of this podcast, Alex, Ryan, and Sean. What is the cumulative number of aces that they have gotten as of today in their disc golf career?
How many aces has this triumvirate accumulated?
Triumvirate.
Ooh, bro.
Nice.
Is there an N in there? Is it
No.
vint? It's triumvirate.
Triumvirate.
Wow, I'm so glad that wasn't in the spelling bee.
Oh,
I would've gotten that.
Spell that.
I would have gotten that.
Yeah. What now, bitch?
Carol
Carol?
Baskin.
You bitch.
So I will give a hint. We all have at least one.
Yes.
So the answer is not going to be 0 for any of us. So
Yep.
That's enough. That's enough of it.
That's enough information. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So once again, visit Facebook, provide your answers, and we'll let you know.
yeah. What's the
2
total?
weeks.
Yep.
What's the total number?
I'm
of aces?
excited to see the guesses.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not insulted by the guesses.
Should we have each,
between 3 of you.
Should we have each of them say how many each person has and then their collective?
As a tiebreaker, that might be the
Ooh.
only way to do it.
Might be a good way to break
so
the tie. Yeah.
in your answer, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. In your answer, if you want to put what you thought each one of them got, feel free.
Yeah.
That's only relevant if there's a tie. The number one
Right.
thing here is what's the total? And if for fun you want to add how many you think each of us got, that would be handy for us to use as a tiebreaker.
Once again, I'm Jason with Bag of Tricks Entertainment. That has been Trivia Corner. Visit Bag of Tricks Entertainment's Facebook page for nightly trivia, and hopefully we'll see you in bars in Chicagoland soon.
Hopefully. But like you said, in the meantime, the stuff they're doing online is awesome. So check that
awesome.
out.
Yes.
It's kind of a cap on this week's episode. What's happening next time we get together? I guess it depends if we are going to still be on lockdown.
We will be.
So for at least a month. So that means the
the
girls,
next 2
the
times.
ladies episode is pushed back. We're definitely still going to do that with Amy.
Mhm.
So I'll be honest, we don't know what's in store, but we'll figure it out. We'll
Yes,
figure
sir.
it right out. I'll tell you what.
Yes, sir.
We would love if you would take some time to write us a review on Facebook or Apple or wherever else you can write reviews. It goes a long way for getting more eyes on this thing. So if you have something to say, drop it. If it's negative, just keep it to yourself.
Mind your biz.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
to all
listening.
of the listeners and the people that have been sharing stuff and posting up on Instagram and Facebook, and it's awesome. So thank you all for tuning in.
It makes a world of difference to know you guys are into it, and we appreciate your questions and everything. Makes this so much more fun to know that you guys are into it. So
Hopefully you guys are getting a little bit out of this and, making time right now go a little bit smoother. If this brightens your day for an hour and 40 minutes, then we've done our job. Hopefully.
We're
So,
doing it for you.
all right, that's it for this week. We will catch you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.
And just to go 4 for 4, Joseph Orowski.
Unstable Discourse is a top secret studios production.